All right. Good evening. Welcome to Midgame Gambit, aka the game where we made up some chess mechanics. It's gonna be great. I'm
Yeah.
Kraken. I'm playing Craigory Danthew.
Hi, I'm Hex, and I'm playing the Thrall.
Uh, as we do. So, to open up and for context, Craigory has been at Thrall's for he had a clear idea of the passage of time the first bit, but he's kind of hit the point where he's unsure exactly how many days things get weird. Thrall keeps some weird hours.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
he had been keeping track, but it's starting. He knows it's out of whack now, and he can't really fix that. It's
it's been, at least, what, 2 weeks probably?
yeah. He figures it's probably realistic, but it also feels far longer. Ew. Time's getting whack.
Yeah,
Time's getting whack. You know,
yeah.
long enough that people have probably. He doesn't know what's going on inside. The point is, 2 weeks at Thrall's, for all that we just established is losing time, it can be surprisingly kind of boring.
hmm They, they don't have him doing, like, they have him, they keep him busy. It's not what he expected. Uh,
Yeah, it
it's a lot of it's a lot more secretary work than he probably expected from this.
yeah, glorified assistant.
Uh-huh. Or occasional bodyguard, if you happened to listen to No Encore, where he had a fun little cameo.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just stand there and get to overhear and see the most batshit happenings.
Yeah. And then you get handed a deck of many things, and you're kind of like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Oh shit.
And I'm
Yeah.
told to go archive it.
And you just have to go do that. You're holding a deck of many things and just, all
Yeah,
right.
you've been geased. You have to do this, and you just have to roll with it. Like,
So yeah, things it's all told not been terrible outside of the fact that he's here against his will, and
hmm
as far as he knows, no one knows where he is, and also just
might have
it's
gotten a
not
little lost
terrible,
in
but
it
it's not
once or
good.
twice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's, it's been only minor trauma. It's fine.
Don't worry
And
about it.
he's fallen into, huh?
Don't worry about it. Just
Don't worry about it. But he's fallen into kind of a routine. He kind of knows what to expect from the day to day, mostly,
yeah.
until batshit things like that happen. But uh, today he notices something's different. Uh, don't even need to roll for it. Just different.
Huh.
Because for one thing, he can smell he can smell something very floral and citrusy kind of wafting through this manor. Uh, as he's, you know, I assume going about whatever daily routine Thrall has permitted him. Uh, and following the smell, he finds Thrall in the central area study pondering a chessboard that has been set up.
Almost expecting them to ponder an orb, but no.
No, no orbs, just a chessboard. And
Huh.
they don't seem to really regard him at the moment.
Which is fun, because he's probably been in here at least once or twice and he hasn't seen a chessboard, so this got dug up from somewhere. He supposes
Yup.
the manor's big. He has not been ever in the manor by far. There's also just whole sections he is expressly forbidden from going to.
Yeah, he is completely forbidden from entering the East Wing. That's just a thing. He cannot go in there.
Yeah, and, you know, he could wonder about that, or he could just try to get on with his life and worry about what's actively happening at any given moment. But, chess. And
Yeah.
Thrall seems concentrated, but
Mm-hmm.
he also doesn't necessarily want to be seen. So he's just going to try and step back. Just, you know, he didn't see anything. Get out of here.
Roll, roll stealth.
I'll do it at disadvantage because plot. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't have to type it. I have clicky clacks.
No, you have clicky clacks.
I'm so used. Well, 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 well. This is a good omen. Hex, do you want to guess what the dice gave me?
Nat 20.
No.
Nat 20.
The other way.
Nat 1.
Not one.
Nat 1. Fantastic. He trips.
He does. He eats shit. He trips into the room.
I mean, listen, Thrall's passive is a 20. Like, he's seen, he's heard. They glance up from, like, their ponderings, almost as if they've just now realized he's there. And there's a moment of quiet. And then they finally say, "Ah, Mr. Danthew, come, have a seat." And it's not a request, that's an
Nope.
order.
Yeah, it most certainly is. And he just gets up and he walks straight to the chair and he has a seat.
Yep.
And unless he is able, I'm assuming he can't talk at the moment.
Not quite yet, no. Thrall has not revoked that order.
Nope, he has a
But,
seat.
Yep, he has a seat. There's silence for... It stretches on for a couple of, like, not a full minute, but it stretches on.
It's an
And then
uncomfortable
Thrall
minute.
seems to an uncomfortable minute. Thrall shifts in their chair and then says, "You may speak." Have you ever played chess before?
Yeah, I have.
Fancy a... They still are not looking up at him.
And Craigory will note, because he's had to learn that fairly quickly, that was phrased technically as a question.
Yeah, he doesn't technically have to follow that.
Sure. It's been a little bit, but I can play.
They're quiet for another moment. How about I give you some incentive then, so that you don't just concede immediately?
He, I mean, Thrall can roll it. You want? Yeah, for fun. Thrall want to roll insight.
My favorite.
Your
All right, let's
favorite
see what this
modifier.
clicky clack does for me. My favorite modifier. Ooh, ooh, okay. So that is uh that's a 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
How you
Craigory,
feeling, Craigory?
he had straightened up in his seat. He's feeling kind of offended that Thrall would imply he would just throw the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no. He's agreeing to play chess. He will try to win.
That actually they give just a little kind of laugh and
But what
kind of recline back in the chair.
what kind of incentive do you mean?
Something to make it a little interesting. Let's say for every piece you manage to capture, you get a question. And I will answer it openly, honestly, and within the spirit of the question.
Yeah, that definitely catches his attention. Leans forward and gleam in the eye of just like, okay, this is good. But then, and is what happens when I lose a piece?
The same. Or, if you'd rather, if I win, I have an experiment that I am interested in running. But it requires that you be willing.
Wow, fancy that.
Geas does not constitute consent. I can demand that, I can order that you go through the motions, but if your mind is not willing, it will fail.
What sort of experiment?
You will just have to see that. You will just have to find out if I win.
What if I win, huh? So raise the stakes, right? If I win, you let me walk out of here. I leave.
No, that is not that is not on the table, Mr. Danthew. I am not letting you go. How about I let you into the archive?
Oh, absolutely no insight modifier needed. Gaze just sharpens, looks at them. Unsupervised?
Unsupervised.
When I like?
One period of an hour of your choosing.
Just once per day?
Just once. Period. Unless you'd like to play again afterwards.
Well, that definitely very much has his attention. It's like, because Thrall can clearly see his mind clicking through and just going, well, okay, 1 hour, so would need to be targeted, but unsupervised, which means, and I already know what some sections pertain to, I can navigate. Okay. Yeah, and he was basically already going to accept when Thrall put this out, but now he nods. Agreed.
Wonderful. Black or white, Mr. Danthew?
White.
Very well. Let us begin. And now I have to pull up now I have to pull up what we came up with for this.
That rules. Yeah.
The rules. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So contesting intelligence rolls. All right.
Yep.
Just regular intelligence, like not a save, just a check.
Uh,
So,
yeah. A
right?
check,
Yeah,
and
okay.
we'll essentially the way this is going to go for the listeners, the first phase, as we'll call it, is contesting intelligence checks to see who loses a piece and then determines the question, and then, well, that's later, but the second phase of the game. Here we go,
Yeah.
contesting intelligence.
Oof.
Oof.
Ouch. Oof. Oof. Yes.
Well, I got a 13, so how are you doing?
You win.
What? Please, what did they get? Please tell me. You still there, Hex?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Okay.
Sorry, I got an 11.
Amazing. And a strong opening from Mr. Danthew.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the first bit of the game, I imagine things are very quiet as they just start moving pieces. Craigory with the white advantage, so going first, some pawns out. Then he's able to, get some of the back row into play. And the first capture of the game actually goes to him. What do you figure he takes?
Yeah.
A pawn, a knight?
Probably a pawn.
Easy pickings. With the sport so crowded.
Exactly. It's only a matter of time before questions start flying. All right. Ask your question.
And he had been so focused on like the oh shit archive that he hadn't quite thought about the questions aspect of this. So he has to think for a moment as he sits back. But then when you're telling fortunes, it's not always gold. Sometimes you've been taking memories as payment. So when you eat those, do you have the memory? Do you remember it as if it was your own, or do you just consume it?
He gets a head tilt at that one because they were not expecting that. But after they kind of get over the didn't expect that question, but they kind of nod. I do not consume it. It not in the sense that you are implying. It becomes a memory of mine. I can recall it as if it were my memory, though I am not, of course, in that memory. It is. Think of it like a transference. And the easiest method to gain it is through consuming it.
So is it nourishing?
Not in the sense that you would think, but they do have a very specific flavor that I've grown rather fond of.
Huh. All right. It was the first thing that came to his mind because, listen, he's just been, bodyguarding at the back of the tent, quite a lot of these days, and seeing Thrall just, sometimes pop memories into their mouth, under
Yep.
the hood, whatever's going on under there.
Under the hood going? Yeah, yeah. Whatever is going on
Whatever
under
is
this
going
hood.
on under there.
You don't want to know.
Shh.
Shh. Yeah, all right. So Thrall nods and just, I will permit that to have been one singular question.
Right, good. Yeah, Craigory
Shall we
hadn't been thinking
continue?
about that.
Yep. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how we do.
Craigory. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Oh?
What did Craigory get?
He got fucking 25.
Oh, damn. Thrall got a nat 20.
They are well matched. Listen.
They are very well matched here.
This is a brawl. Listen, there's this whole bit in the game where they're dancing around each other trying to get stuff. But I feel like with a nat 20, this is where Craigory actually loses his queen. There was a whole gambit going on here where Craigory was trying to set up the queen to do something and Thrall was countering and Thrall got the better of him and he lost it.
Yep. And they kind of pick it up from him and just, ooh, tough loss. And yeah, that's a little bit of trash talk. Huh.
Almost like they're getting into this.
Almost like they're getting into this. So they, excuse me. They sit back a moment, seem to ponder a question. So, Mr. Danthew, what do you intend to look for in my archive?
I mean, I think the he had almost, the fun thing here is he had almost responded completely truthfully, but then no, that was a question. That was not technically Gius acting. He can attempt to lie. He's gotten used to, he just automatically does things. So he starts talking, stops, internally winces because, well, that kind of gives it away. Just, looking into charm effects and how to counteract them.
I see. You will find a lot there then.
Yeah, 1 hour
I can imagine
isn't
why.
a lot.
Indeed it is not. You had better make it count. They don't seem at all put off by what he said, so...
Great.
Yeah, you want to roll insight there, Craigory?
Absolutely. It's a 13.
Not great. The good news here is you don't get any of that, like, the quiet danger that seems to, follow when Thrall is about to do something, not great. You're not picking any of that up. You can't really pick anything else up, though, so, like, you're not in danger, at least. Hey.
He's gonna take the win, the discouraging win of Thrall doesn't seem concerned that naturally the first thing I would look into is to how the fuck to break this high level
Yeah.
spell on me that makes me do whatever they tell me to. The fact that they're not concerned about that is good that they're not mad, but bad that they're not concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Craigory.
Well,
All right.
say la vie. New roll.
New roll time, baby. Oh, Thrall, honey. This dice is just no middle sliders.
It really isn't, because I got an 11.
I got a nat one.
Holy sh... Oh my god.
This dice is no middle sliders.
No, clearly not.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god.
Well.
Okay.
Well, Craigory lost
Okay.
his queen the last time, but he still has most of his major pieces in play and is working around that, and seems to be doing that just fine because with the thing in that one, does he also take Thrall's queen?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Retaliation.
You know what? Yes.
Retribution.
No queens on this board. You gotta get that pawn to fucking promote.
Oh, that knight swoops in, queen's gone.
Yup. Thrall seems rather frustrated at that. Just, that was a very large miscalculation on their part.
Craigory outsmarted them. You know what? Can I? I'm just thinking, with the Craigory's last roll being a 19 and then this happening, Thrall might now have to consider the idea that Craigory purposefully let his queen go and lost it so that he could set this up.
They're kind of having to, this, when he said he knew how to play, he was apparently downplaying his skills quite a bit. Just, And they kind of sit back a moment and just... Risky gambit there, Mr. Danthew.
Paid off, though. And, you didn't see it coming, so.
One that paid off. All right. What do you wish to know?
And once again, he has to kind of think about it, because there was no real prep leading up into this
Yup.
game for him.
Yup.
You've said that you and this archive are old, really old, really, really old. Like, getting to be a little unfathomably old from my perspective.
Indeed.
So, and you've also talked about erasure. So that means how, and he has to kind of stop and think of just the actual question. How does this place survive an erasure event? We are in Anquil. Multiple erasures, and
We are indeed.
it's still here. And how?
There are multitudes and multitudes of magic and some things even I don't quite fully understand at work within the archive that ward it and protect it, and in no small amount keep it technically off of Inkwell. You noticed when we arrived that the manor rests on a cliffside, Mr. Danthew, and the archive is below it, and it cannot possibly fit there. Have you not considered that
You
perhaps the
know.
archive does not
Sorry, go ahead.
have you considered that the archive perhaps does not fully exist here?
You know what the fun thing is? I don't think he has considered that at all. At all. Zip. This is like a
Yeah.
completely new, slightly mind blowing. Oh, wait a minute. Because Thrall's completely right. Based on the geography, there's no way. Like, the archive should technically be jutting out of the cliff and over the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
But Craigory Danthew and his just directionally, spatially challenged ass just had not thought about this at all.
This poor wizard does not have a sense of direction.
No, he really does not. I wonder if this new D20 would say the same thing. We'll have to find out at some point.
Yeah. Maybe he gains some.
Yeah, leaves Thrall place with, new skills, new stats. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, he then, again, this instinctually just keeps prodding and asking questions, despite it being one question per thing. So, again, not thinking about it. So, extra dimensional space, is there a demi-plane going on? I don't know how teleport works. Can you embed that in a doorway?
Of a sort. It's... Their hand goes to the eye brooch on their cloak, just kind of, running a thumb over it. It... Not so much a demi-plane. I am not powerful enough to do that. Even with my unique abilities. But something of a pocket space might be more accurate. Much like many of the hell, my brain died. Shit. The fucking tiny hut spell. Blah, blah, blah. Is it just called tiny hut?
It is just called, I'm pretty sure it's tiny hut. People will know what we're talking about. It's tiny hut.
Yeah. Yeah. Much, much like the spell tiny hut or others, it's... except on a larger scale. And many of the wards and spells there have been meticulously laid to be permanent. It is protected in every possible way that it can be. No one can teleport in, no one can teleport out. No magic can get in unless I have permitted it to do so. And erasure cannot seep into it.
And Gregory kind of sits back, absorbing that, because this is the hell of an accomplishment that's being laid out in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, again, the Archive and Thrall are old. They've had time to set this up, but it's still this is a lot. This is impressive.
Yeah. Private Sanctum requires continual casting for a year to make it permanent. Like,
Holy
only yeah. Like, you have to cast it every day for a year to make it a permanent thing. So, like, some of these other spells to be permanent, probably longer. Who knows? Just. Ah!
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna, for funsies, let's have Craigory roll an Arcana to see if he can grasp the full exact scope of the project Thrall is talking about here.
Oh, please. I want him to.
Well, that's a 19.
Yeah, that'll
Plus
do it.
6, so yeah, 25.
Holy shit, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, the longer Thrall talks and the more Craigory thinks about it, the more it sinks in the amount and time of work, and he's just looking at them like, yeah, no, you don't kid around.
Not when it comes to protecting knowledge, miss. It is the one thing I am driven to do, Mr. Danthew.
And he definitely nods silently at that because I think in the timeline they've had a particular conversation at this point. He knows how driven they are.
Yes. Yeah, I would say yes.
He knows full well the lengths.
Yeah. 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 It's fine. It's fine. They've touched on some things and it's been scary. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But
Next roll, you think?
yeah, I was gonna say, think we should roll again.
Yep.
See what we get.
Another intelligence.
All
Here
right.
we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Oof. Okay. So that's that plus fuck. What's your modifier again? You stupid resin. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not it. Come on. Fuck, Craigory.
Yeah. You and me both. That's
Holy
a nat
shit.
20.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, Craigory downplayed how good a player he is, and it clearly has worked.
What?
Jesus
All
Christ.
right. Incredible. I would almost say he got his queen back with that.
Pawn across the board, you figure?
Yeah, he promoted a pawn with that. Like, damn. Because you
Yep.
gotta think, it was 1 against 19 and then a 20.
Craigory, despite
I mean,
having
yeah.
Thrall's, again, looking at this wizard, it's either he was able to come up with a plan incredibly quickly, or he is able to respond and improvise incredibly quickly.
Yeah. They are they are, like, as much as they're studying the chessboard, they're equally studying Craigory. They are, like, it's kind of intense how quickly, or how much they are studying this wizard alongside the board.
Yeah, plenty noticeable, I would think, and Thrall can roll something of some sort for that if they like, but if Craigory kind of shifts in the seat, just tries to not react to the intense scrutiny. He's got a game to win.
He has a game to win. They got a 29 for insight, so they can tell he's uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's just... Thrall, you may have made a fucking mistake by offering to let him into the archive. Clearly this lit a fire under his ass.
That was 16. Yeah, that really has. That was supposed to be a 16, not a 19, but it's fine, because, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I guess another question then.
And Craigory looks up and meets Thrall's extremely scrutinizing gaze, and it's just gonna go, show me what's under the hood.
Mr. Danthew, I don't think that you want that answer. They have grown very deathly still.
Huh. Hit a nerve, did I?
I am not saying this to be cute or deflecting. I am stating that you might want to rethink that question.
Does Thrall on a roll, I don't know, intimidation maybe?
They don't really have that one, so...
Intimidation, persuasion. Persuasion might work better, actually, but take your pick.
That would work better. We'll
Go for it.
with the persuasion, because that was a 3 on the dice.
Oh my god. Well, what do you contest persuasion with?
Insight, usually.
Yeah.
Or,
I'll go insight, because he's a nice fat 0 in that. This could go either way.
oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
That's... Huh. Got a 13 also.
Technically, I think he wins because...
Meets it, beats it, but good lord.
Beats it? Yeah. So... I guess with that, he can tell that Thrall is... He can tell that there is something hidden beneath the hood. But they aren't hiding it for their sake. So whether that beats his curiosity or not, I'm gonna leave up to you.
Oh man, he's very divided now because, you know, he's found a chink in Thrall's armor and he wants to press it because fuck you.
I mean, honestly, understandable.
But that insight's also telling him it's like, this could be a bad idea. But you know what? When has Craigory ever not followed through on a bad idea? You know what? Yeah, he's sticking with this. He found something that makes Thrall, oh, what's this? Is this a bit of discomfort? Oh, wow, he can't fucking imagine. He's pressing the point.
All right. What does he say?
Meant what I said. That's my question. What's under the hood? Scared?
Very well, Mr. Danthew. I did try to warn you. And one hand reaches up. They don't pull the hood off all the way, but they pull it back enough. Craigory, make a wisdom saving throw.
I am already like shaking the dice in my hands for this. Hell yeah, let's go. That's a 6.
That is a 6. Craigory, what you see under the hood, just the faintest glimpse, is not natural. You've heard of things in the Uncanny Valley, and maybe have seen things. Has he been in the valley?
Well, he had to get through the valley to get here. but that's his only
Oh yeah, you're
experience.
right. Okay. So he's seen some of the things in the valley. He's probably seen tunes from the valley on the surface. This, what is under Thrall's hood is nothing like that. You look at it and mind does not want to comprehend what it is seeing. They are real kind, undeniably so, but they are, it looks like something has tried to smudge away all of the features and jumble them around. And even as those features are being taken away, they are being reformed before your eyes. There are, you get a flash of white skin. You get the barest hint of dark hair. Those green eyes you see all the time, are not where they should be, and there are so many of them. And in that one flash, you are terrified and nauseated and completely just unnerved by the thing that sits before you. It that is not a person that is sitting in front of you, Craigory. And then they pull the hood back. And you take 16 psychic damage from looking at them.
Ouch. That is,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's basically half his health.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy. Yep. Okay. So health is there, and he had physically, I think, seeing all that and brain not wanting to parse it, recoiled back, and then the psychic damage hits, and he's just curled up on chair, head cradled in hands, and just, ow, ow, what the, what are you?
I am the result of erasure and death vying to win over each other. I was once normal, you could say. And then the erasure happened. And even real kind are not spared the effects after so many.
Okay, terrifying, all right. I think Craigory is rejigging some information he has in his head. Some things are getting recontextualized.
Mm-hmm.
Just slowly uncurls, shakes his head. The game is, it's still going. He still wants that hour in the archive.
He might need a minute.
He
And
might
Thrall
need
is
a minute,
willing
and
to
he's
give him
very
that
definitely going to be doing the next thing at disadvantage, because now that he's gotten 3 questions, Thrall,
Yeah.
you look at the board and you find that you're in check.
Ooh. All right.
Craigory has been just going at this, and yeah, if Thrall can't figure out a way out of this, Craigory will have them in one move.
He will indeed, and I don't know if he no, he would have realized that first because yeah. I was about to say, he might not have even realized that with, you know, the
Oh,
hood. But,
yeah.
no, I think he would have. So, okay, well,
All right, so
one
now
more.
that we're in this bit, Craigory's going to be rolling his intelligence roll for this at disadvantage because
Yep.
he just,
Because,
asked
oops.
that,
Yeah.
failed the whiz
Okay.
save, just a pretty substantial chunk of damage. This may just throw
Yeah.
him off his game. Thrall, if you beat his score, you get yourself out of check, and I'm going to say would be able to ask a question.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Here we go.
Let's, okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. Shit. No, that's wrong. I wasn't supposed to roll. It's a 20 plus 8. They nat 20'd.
They
It's fine.
nat 20'd?
They nat 20'd.
Well, Craigory's disadvantage was a 3 plus 6, making a 9. Craigory loses the advantage.
He got rattled. I mean, it's understandable.
His thoughts are all over the place. His brains are scrambled. Thrall deftly avoids the check that Craigory was hurting them into.
Yep.
This is still
So-
mid-late stage game. Craigory still has the most pieces on the board to work with, but Thrall has avoided checkmate.
They've managed to weasel out of checkmate, and probably you're setting something up.
With that 20, oh, you would
So
think
they
so.
have to- Yeah. So they sit back a moment and they kind of ponder they kind of think and then they just curiously ask, why were you so eager to know? Based on our prior conversations, you knew that I was disfigured, to put it in simple terms. So why the desire to see?
Because I wouldn't know otherwise, and I thought it would make you uncomfortable. So, no, I don't regret it.
I'm glad you do not. Though perhaps you will now listen when I say you might want to reconsider something.
People have been telling me that a lot in my life. You're not the first, and I haven't really listened for the most part. So good luck.
You might want to start, Mr. Danthew. It could land you in a lot more trouble than just seeing my face.
I will take that under advisement, he says, in the tone that says he absolutely will not.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Good old office speak. Your feedback is appreciated. Your feedback can go in the trash.
I'm going to put your feedback directly in the incinerator. It will not be considered. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Thrall just kind of shrugs a shoulder. Which, Craigory, you don't need to roll for this, but unless you think he might need to. As this game has been going on, you've kind of noticed that Thrall's been emoting a lot more than they usually do. Like, you've been able to kind of pick up on, micro expressions and tiny little, like, shifts and pitches in their voice that most people would otherwise not catch just by, you know, virtue of being around them and not being able to talk, so you have to listen and observe. Uh, yeah, they're moving and kind of emoting a lot more than normal.
Which I think it's kind of now that he's really noticing, it's been compounding because even straight from the start, oh, hey, would you like to play a game was already out of character. It's like,
Exactly.
yes, chess is a game that the Thrall would play. It fits the profile, but.
Yeah. But yeah, just they seems like something's going on there that you can't quite.
He's going to attempt to
Can't
suss
quite put a
out with an
finger on.
insight check.
Hey.
And that's a 12.
Ooh. uh with a 12, I will say that he definitely gets that something mentally is different today. Uh there's no he hasn't like tweaked or usually Thrall is pretty good about like preparing him for any kind of new work or art or artifacts or magic that they might be dealing with. So outside factors are not like there are no outside factors at work here. Whatever's going on is completely like it's just Thrall. So this weirdness is something that is happening. Like there's nothing that's causing this weirdness. It's weird.
Thrall's being weird. Great.
Great.
Great. This makes them less predictable. Craigory doesn't like that.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. So, all right. We want to roll again.
Yep. So, mentioned second phase earlier in this, but essentially now that someone has accumulated 3 pieces and the first check's been made, Thrall got themselves out of it.
Yeah.
So, I think Craigory, thinking of the best way to play this out, because Craigory still has technically advantage, but we're kind of sitting at 3 to 2.
To 2, yeah. I would say maybe depending on how badly one beats the other, this could either be a check or the end.
Well,
given how the dice have been treating us.
The dice have been they've been fun this game. They've been like, you know what, these two will match each other. Or be extremely
it's been
opposed.
Pretty good.
The dice know what's up.
It's been good. Yeah.
So
all right, let's
do an intelligence.
Can
Craigory steal back his thunder? Can Thrall sweep the rug out from under him?
That's not great. Nope, that's the wrong. That's this dice is going into dice jail.
Yeah, this dice is going to need to go to jail. For you.
Uh-oh. Oh my god.
18 plus 6 is 20.
Holy crap.
The groundwork was already laid out. Craigory could have messed up badly enough to lose it entirely, but he regains his footing. And he makes his move, looks at Thrall, and just says, check. Between a 12 and a 24, do you think that's checkmate?
I I mean, that's more than double. Or, I mean, that is double. Like, I, I think, actually, actually,
Actually.
so he says check, and Thrall studies the board, and they, oof, yeah, okay. Uh, they study the board for a moment, and while they could maneuver out of it and likely take a couple more pieces, or a piece or two, ultimately, based on how he's playing and the moves that they think he will take, they touch a finger to their king and tip it over.
And
I know when I am beat.
Craigory's face just
You.
explodes into a grin.
Very well played, Mr. Danthew. You may have one more question if you'd like, along with your reward.
Oh. Well, he hadn't been expecting that.
Thrall seems to be feeling charitable today.
Yeah, apparently. And Craigory sits back to think for a moment. Because I essentially had 3 questions set up. Shh, listen. No, this is very good. Taps a finger on his chin. Sorry, give me one moment. This is Kraken brain loading, because there's a good direction to go, but it's thinking of how to phrase it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this
I
is a
am just
question.
vibrating. Like, what's he gonna ask? Oh God.
You What are your precautions to make sure a thaumaphore doesn't just eat you and not what you intend?
Thrall kind of sits back at that for a moment. And they seem to consider his words. I had attempted to acquire a thaumaphore before I discovered that you have apparently managed to create one. And that one was intelligent. Is intelligent, incredibly so. A a servant of the one who had created it, only capable of following orders.
Yeah, wouldn't that be handy and convenient for you? Oh.
I will get that thaumaphore back, Mr. Danthew. Rest assured. And if I can convince you to look into your own creation and how you did that and possibly recreate it, I will be able to make more like that one.
I already told you I don't know how I did it.
Perhaps not, but we can recreate the steps and and see what is missing that would have caused it.
I mean,
You can't tell me that you are not curious how you did it.
not curious enough. Not curious enough to let you find out. And no, I got nothing. Just, I don't know. I'm probably not smart to find out. Just no use.
You sell yourself You sell yourself far too short, Mr. Danthew. I would say that it's impressive how humble you are, but really it is just quite frustrating.
Lets people underestimate me, doesn't it? Gestures at the board.
They actually kind of dip their head and concede that point. Just, while true, you do it far too often for it to just be a bit. You could use a little more self-confidence, especially with all of the recklessness that you have.
He makes a face because this is starting to sound weirdly like a pep talk from the Thrall.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they trying to psych him into maybe looking into it anyway? Are they trying to, like, make him angry? You don't know.
Thrall like, yes, use your hour in the archive for something else, yes.
I'm giving you an hour in the archive. You know what you're going to look for, and then you might have more time. Who knows? You might go look at other things.
Oh, Craigory just gave me the worst, awful idea. Oh my god.
I'm chin-handsing.
Oh my god.
Yes, Kraken.
So this might just have to be... because we're hitting it... We've hit like an hour in the FPS, and this would drag it out further.
Yeah.
But...
Okay.
Craigory looks at Thrall and just says, can I take the hour now?
They kind of... You can tell they raise an eyebrow, but they simply state, of course. Follow me, and I will let you in. Because only Thrall can open the archive.
Yep.
Yep. So they're gonna walk him over to they're gonna walk him over to the fireplace mantle and, click open the wall that hides the entryway. Oh, I didn't go over that. Okay. So they their hand goes under the mantle and there is a little click as they hit a button, and then not a bookshelf but a bare expanse of wall slides to one side, and there is a door. And Craigory has seen this door probably several times now, and he's likely gotten a pretty good idea of the kind of wards and magic and shit that's just all over this thing. So Thrall takes the brooch off their cloak, touches it to the door, and there is a flash of magic. And they then gesture to they kind of make a gesture, to have him go inside and just, you have 1 hour. When I open the door again, you had best be standing here ready to leave. I do not want to have to come find you.
All right. Okay. Craigory has a bit of a decision to make.
Yep.
The most useful thing to him would be to go to the whole area where I think he knows he'll have kept an eye out for where all the information is like, ooh, here's all the enchantment stuff and charming people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the most useful to him, but at the same time, he knows Thrall is supremely unconcerned, and especially with an hour, doesn't think he would find anything that can help him.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing he could do is find where information on Thaumavirs and magic destruction is, which, did Thrall take notes?
On
their conversation
like
they had about Craigory's own.
They did. Yeah, they did. Oh, I think I know what he's gonna do. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. He's decided the more useful thing overall, the more productive thing will be to go to that section.
Okay.
Now, Hex, remind me, Thrall was saying one of the protections in this archive was no unauthorized magic. Am I remembering correctly? Not that Craigory can cast magic at the moment, I think. Anyway, I imagine that's one of the
he cannot.
orders on him.
Yeah, he is not. He is not allowed to cast magic without Thrall's verbal permission.
That's fine.
Magic cannot get in, and magic cannot get out.
This is fine. Does he need to roll anything to find the section he's looking for?
Roll me a perception, please.
Perception. Okay.
Or investigation, actually. Sorry.
Cool. Christ on a stick, this man is on a mission.
Alright.
That is, what's a 17 plus 6? We'll find out. 23.
That's a 23. Yeah. Shit.
So I think it's safe to say he has found exactly what he's looking for.
He has, and, a fun little flavor tidbit. He finds something else, amongst and kind of in with some of the other things in the archive that he never noticed, or that he knows was not there the last time he was there. And that is what looks to be an earring.
Huh.
A red gem earring. And it's not kept in with the archive. It is kind of on the floor, out of the way. But because he's on such a mission and looking for this thing, he finds it. In the section that he has been, he finds the section on Thaumavirs, and he finds his earring here as well.
Huh. That's out of place. He'll pick it up.
Okay.
He's got an hour. He found this place quickly. You can spare the moment to see. It's in the archive. It's probably magical. He's going to roll an Arcana.
All right.
Wow. We're swinging around. That's going to be an 8.
Oof. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, he gets that this thing is magical. The end.
The end. Everything in here is magical. Big whoop.
Big fucking whoop, it's magic. Oh no. He will, however, note, Thrall did not forbid him from taking anything.
Yeah, and he already knows he's about to do something supremely stupid. So he's just going to, you know what, it's loose, it's on the floor, keepsies, he's pocketing it.
Good. All right. Okay.
He's
Okay.
already
All right.
on a...
Oh boy. Yep.
He already knows what he's going to do. He's found the section, he's found the notes, he's found everything else Thrall has on the subject here. And he can't use magic, but he's got his hands, and he's got a -3 in strength, and he's ready to destroy shit.
Yep. 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 I knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh my
Yep.
god.
He's going to start tearing things apart. Destroy. Biting, tearing, kill.
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
The notes from their... You know, he's not going to sugarcoat it. The notes from his interrogation first. Destroying those.
That's understandable. Understandable, yeah.
Ripping it in
and
pieces.
He's likely making that. I was gonna say he's making them into the finest pieces he possibly can because he knows Thrall restores things. So like,
He's ripping it
minor
apart. He's going to
shredding is
like,
not-
you know, dart to various sections and scatter it all over the place.
God. Okay.
It's like scatter,
roll?
scatter. He eats a handful.
Yeah, that'll do it. Roll. Fuck, man. Roll a d20.
Oh boy, oh
Oh
boy.
my god.
That's a 4.
Oh my god.
That's a 4.
Okay.
What's a 4 do?
Not a whole lot. You're trying, and you ain't making a lot of headway.
God.
You've destroyed your notes. Oh god.
For presumably like bits of old parchment, this stuff is surprisingly held together.
Thrall did a very good job restoring it. The older pieces, yeah, he can kind of destroy and fray those into basically dust, like crumble them to dust under his boot. Any of the books and newer things, though, no.
Can he...
If he had something in his hammer space that could, you know, Thrall has not forbidden him from accessing his hammer space yet. He has not proven that he can't be trusted yet.
Well, that's about to change.
I was gonna say that'll change, but right now, Craigory,
Oh god, what's the most destructive thing he could pull out of here that will not... He just very specifically wants to get this area. He does not want Thrall to succeed with what they want to do with the Thaumaviore. He, you know, the rest of the archive can stay, generally. He is not a fan of destroying knowledge. But here we go. So what's he going to pull out? I think the most entertaining answer here and the most alarming has to be like... I was about to say a lighter. Are there lighters in Toonkind D&D?
yes,
He pulls out a lighter.
we've got movies. Like I was gonna say, we've got movies here. Yes, there's a lighter. Like people smoke.
Arson. He's gonna burn some books.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Let me just Okay. 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 Okay.
Oh god.
Gonna-
I don't know if
gonna-
Thrall has any
gonna-
alarms for this sort of thing. So that's why he's working quickly.
Yeah, the luck die that I just rolled said 7, so not yet. He gets a little thing going.
He's being careful with this flame. He does not want it to get out of control.
He has made a little burn pile. That is what he's done.
Pretty much.
Like, he has pulled it all off the shelves, and he has made a burn pile, and he's burning it. Okay, oof, okay, okay, God,
I did not expect to be doing this, but here we are.
Here we fucking are, yeah, oh boy, okay, Craigory, describe to me what kind of his current position is in relation to, like, the entrance, I guess, to the archive.
Uh, I don't know how far into the archive this section of it is, but I'd say the entrance is probably
So,
out of sight.
it is. I guess my greater question is, would his back be to that area?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, um, I mean, Thrall's passive is a 20. They aren't actively, like, trying to listen for shenanigans because they kind of trusted that, and to a degree, they were right in this assumption that Craigory is not going to destroy, like, he's not gonna just do that. He's too curious. Like, he's seen the archive. He's like in awe of it and has clearly, like, it's something that he understands kind of the pricelessness of. Uh
They're of like
so their
minds
initial
until
yeah.
it's just, there's something more important to Craigory here.
Yeah, there's something a little more important to Craigory here. So they aren't actively keeping an eye out, but they are by the, like, kind of, hanging out by the archive door. And as those flames get a little higher, yeah, it's basically, like, I'm not gonna call it a alarm, but basically this is kind of what it is, starts going off silently. It's not loud. And so Thrall has, yep, they've tweaked Craigory, take power word pain. Roll me a con check or a con save.
Absolutely. I think that's just a straight. Yep. That's a 7.
Yeah, okay, yep. So you're burning that, and then immediately you are slammed with power word pain. And you could probably prior to that have understood Thrall's words, but right now you can't. All you can hear is pure fury. Like, this is the most emotion that Thrall has ever expressed, and it is fury.
Does power pain impart, like, damage particularly, or is it just you are in a world of hurt?
Pain. You are in a world of hurt. You cannot move more than 10 feet. You have disadvantage on all attacks, abilities, and saves except for Constitution. And not that you can cast, but if you do want to cast, you have to make a con check at disadvantage.
Well, the
and it
scroll
does not end until yeah. It does not end until you succeed or Thrall dismisses it.
Well, the scroll he was currently holding, he drops it. It does not drop into the fire. Yay!
Yay!
But he drops it and he's stumbling and yeah, pain. That was a 7. On his knees. He's also at half health already. This does not combo well.
No, it doesn't. He is lucky in that Thrall doesn't really have any kind of actually wait, does this hang on, I'm reading. Boop 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 boop. I'm gonna count, like, they're basically, like, kicking the massive pile apart and then snuffing the flames with prestidigitation as they go. While Craigory is writhing. So, like, he's...
Yeah.
You can keep rolling.
He'll try. Well, the disadvantage was actually a 15.
Well, no, he doesn't... It's not disadvantage on the con save.
Oh, right, for casting and
Like,
say.
it's just... Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So what'd he get for the con save?
Got 6. Because I re-rolled it.
Mm,
Yeah, no, 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 no.
mm.
He
Yeah,
knew
no.
basically this would happen, but yeah, ow.
Worth it. Worth it. Uh,
It's gonna
you
have to be
still
worth
think
it.
it's worth it? It's gonna have to be worth it because oh man, the fires are put out and uh Thrall stands there a moment and then they turn back to him and all of the color has completely drained from their form. Their eyes are white now, their cloak is gray. Everything about them is completely grayscale. And the they are physically shaking in their fury. Well, Mr. Danthew, and here I thought you weren't so stupid.
I told it has to sort of get it out while being in pain and on the ground and trying to crawl away. Just, I told you I would take any advice from you under advisement and throw it in the trash. So, have fun with this.
Oh, I will make sure that you do not disobey me again, nor get any little fleeting ideas like this.
Spits at them. Bite me.
I don't have to. You've mentioned that someone else is working with you on your research. I'll just have to pay Mr. Lardy a visit.
That, that's not necessary. He doesn't he doesn't know anything I don't. I mean, okay, the notes are gone, but you just took those. You know everything that was in there. There's no point.
Is there not? And they kind of wave a hand. The power word pain fades. Seems you need a lesson, and clearly hurting you is not the solution.
Don't, don't. This doesn't include him. It doesn't include anyone else. This is between you and me.
It is. But you have proven to be stubborn and an idiot. And clearly, my warnings are not to be heeded. Therefore, I will give you a reason to listen.
It's
And they clench their fist and are basically yanking him to sit up by the leash attached to that has appeared in their hand as they get in his face. You still do not seem to comprehend fully your situation. You are mine. And until I see fit, you will be mine. And until you realize that, it seems I will have to keep reminding you in whatever way proves to be effective.
just don't hurt him. is not worth this. Please.
We shall. We shall see, Mr. Danthew. You'd better hope that Mr. Lardy is not as foolish as you are. Now get up.
Craigory gets up.
They give a not very gentle yank on the lead. Come along. It would seem that I was a fool to trust you in here.
And he'll follow because he's gotta.
Yep. He's gotta. And they drag him out of the archive. And he, once the door shuts behind them, he is yanked forward. And Thrall just says, "Return to your room. I'll fetch you when I'm ready to deal with you."
And Craigory all at once turns and walks to his room.
Yep. And I assume when he gets there, he finds something.
He does. I had just been thinking about, like, wow, I got so caught up in this whole surprise turn of events that I almost forgot. When Craigory gets to his room and he closes the door and he's still half health and shaking and adrenaline and, oh, he really did that. Oh my God. Food doesn't deserve to be dragged into this. Oh no, he's not good. And which means he almost doesn't notice that there's something at the singular small window of this place. There's a message in a bottle. And
indeed.
With the window, like, is it something that can open? How does he get at this? Because he sees that and his eyes go wide. It's just, Pip.
It's an older style building. So it doesn't have like the windows that slide up. It has the kind that you have to actually, like, they open inwards. So the windows do open. He's high enough up and like, how that bottle got there, I don't know. But he looks out the window and it's just a straight drop into the rocky ocean. So, you know.
Oh man. Yeah, don't drop it, don't lose it, don't drop it, don't lose it, don't drop it, don't lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is his only communication opportunity out of here.
Yep.
But he very carefully reaches through and takes it, and he doesn't even read what Pip's written on there. Pip, I'm sorry, he doesn't read the actual message. There's no time, but Thrall has yet to think to ban hammerspace use yet, so he's pulling out a pen and he's writing.
That'll get fixed next time, but for now, they were too pissed, so...
Flip over to the blank side of the letter, and just essentially what goes on there is, you know, where he is, what's happened, the general situation, but can essentially be boiled down to Pip, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And he is rolling the message back up, he's putting in the bottle, and he is sticking his arm as far out the window as he can, because if this smashes on the rocks, he doesn't know if he'll survive, and he might cry if this doesn't work. And he is
Yeah.
yeeting that bottle into the ocean best he can.
And it goes pretty far, arguably, and plunks into the sea.
And
So
he's communicated
hopefully
with Pipsqueak this way before. It's this should work. This should work.
it should work. You've made contact with the outside, Craigory.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh man. So unless you've got anything, I suppose that closes us out.
I have nothing for the recording. So
Nothing for the recording,
So
but throttling for me. Got it.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
That I do believe that is it. So thanks for listening, everybody, especially with that unexpected turn. Yeah, fucking Gambit indeed, Craigory.
he got a stupid idea, had to follow it. But thank you for listening.
Had to follow it.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah, thanks for listening. So,
Bye, everyone.
bye, everybody.